beautiful, beautiful morning just east of Tucson, Arizona. I-10 headed east to El Paso, where this drop is. The total distance between Paris, California and El Paso, Texas is 745 miles. And what's interesting is you don't normally expect this type of issue. And so look ahead, you can see those rooster tails. It's 32 degrees outside. And I know the road is not frozen because way up in the distance, that truck, when that truck passed me, he's putting up spray wash from his tires, rooster tails. So that tells me that the road is still, it's not frozen. The ground is not frozen. The pavement is not frozen. The ground, obviously, next to the road is probably less than 32 degrees, which is a, potentially dangerous situation. But the road is not frozen, so that's good. It would take, I think the temperatures would have to drop a lot more to get there. And that truck in front of me, right there, rooster tail. All right, so I'll just continue to watch, and if they slide off the road up ahead of me, I know to stop. I've got I'm a total of 24,000 pounds. Yeah, a little over 24,000 pounds with this load from east of LA. And hopefully I'll start I think it's because our altitude is a little bit high. And the other thing you need to do is come off of, do not drive with cruise control. Do not drive with cruise control in this type of weather in a truck. I wouldn't do it in a car either. Wouldn't recommend it. Because if it freezes, you hit some black ice, you're gonna have some problems. So this morning, the first thing I did was turn my generator on. Before I did anything to the truck at all, I just unlocked the truck, went in the back and turned my generator on, hooked my extension cord up, and then warmed up the engine oil. Definitely need to do that in colder weather. I like to do it when it's 40 or anytime that it's below 40 degrees. I like to go ahead and warm up the engine oil, and then get that engine block sort of warm, and that pays off over the long term. I mean, you can run this engine, just start it up and go, but you're gonna wear out your engine. I want to get as much life out of this engine as possible, as close to 1 million miles as I possibly can. I put on 10,000 something miles. Yeah, a little over 10,000 miles since early November. So long haul trucking is working out. So warm up the engine oil first with your heater pad. If you can connect to the grid, go ahead and connect to the grid. Plug in and let that engine oil heat up. I went and got breakfast, had some coffee, got my engine oil warm, and then I packed. Then I tried to start the truck. The truck did not start. So my batteries are low. So I in California, when I was with a buddy of mine out there and his family in San Diego, Randy Whitney, I bought a Actually, he bought it for me. It was a nice Christmas present. He bought a jump starter battery system. And there's two types. One is one that you connect to a wall outlet, which is a battery charger. I have that. I have one already. And then the other one is a standalone battery pack. Okay, and you can use the two together. And why you would want to do that is because this engine it has two batteries, and it takes a lot of cranking power to get it started if both batteries are dead. The battery wasn't dead, but it was definitely low. So last night I plugged my standalone battery jump start pack into the wall and made sure that it was charged up. And sure enough, I had already charged it, I thought, all the way in San Diego. And the charge, you have to leave it plugged in longer. So I plugged it in overnight. It probably charged for about 12 hours. So it was darn near fully charged by the time that I tried it today. And so, you know, when I went to start the truck, it did not start. So the battery was low. I hooked up the battery jump start to it, and boom, truck starts up. Leave the truck running for 15 minutes, all right? Because you want your oil temperature, your coolant temperature, and you want your coolant temperatures around, you know, I like them at least 175 degrees. And I like my oil temperature around, your oil temperature is not going to get any higher than about 125 degrees when the truck is not moving. But it will get up to, you know, a decent operating temperature when the truck is not moving. So my coolant temperature when I started was about 175, and my oil temperature was, and I'll do a video on just some cold starts and kind of show what it takes. Okay, real quick though, safety thing is that I can see spray coming up from my trailer tires and my tires. All right, so I know this road is not frozen. I'm also not seeing any accidents coming this way. Obviously traffic is headed in the opposite direction. I see slush on the road, you see that? And this bridge could be frozen. It is not. Okay, and I found it was close. It's close to being frozen. I found out from the spray off my tires. It was still spraying up off my tires. So what was I talking about? Okay. Yeah, see the slush on the roads? Temperature is 30 now. It was 32. So the temperature is falling. I just have to watch out and keep my speeds, you know, decent. So anyway, I'll do a video just on cold starts, but getting back to the operating temperatures, you want to make sure that your operating temperatures are all kind of normal, and you can actually hear the engine in the beginning. The engine will turn over and sound normal. It'll sound a little bit rough, and then it will go into what's called high idle, which is it'll just increase its RPMs to try to increase, you know, the computer wants that operating temperature higher. So it's going to increase its RPMs automatically. I was outside the truck doing a pre-trip inspection, just checking over the truck and the trailer, making sure everything else was good. While the truck is warming up, it was in high idle, and then it's normal, high idle, and then you can actually hear it. It'll go back down to normal, and then to the normal startup sound, and then it will go back like even quieter to a normal like highway sound, which is what you hear now. So it's really cool to kind of watch the computer and the engine do its thing, and it's also a clue to you that you should not be running that engine hard before it's fully warmed up, if you want to, you know, increase the longevity of your engine. A friend of mine, Michael Reed, he posted an article about that warming the car up, your automobile, is a bad idea. Automobiles, gasoline engines, and diesel engines and commercial driving are totally different. Totally different. And the reason why essentially is my vehicle makes money. A car doesn't make money. A car is going to lose money, actually. Let me turn on my defroster. Looks like the temperature's dropping a little further. Turn on full defrost. There we go. Cleared that up. Got to make sure you can see. All right, I still see rooster tails from that car, from my vehicle behind me. Good. You see how that water is running? You can see it running over the road too. When the road is tilted. That's good, as long as it stays liquid. Life is good. Glad I was not. So the other thing is, don't get out on the roads too early. Obviously, that makes sense if it was cold overnight. Don't get out on the road at 5 o'clock if you can afford to. Go ahead and get out on the road at much later, around 8 or later, which is good. Those trucks, so some snow plows went through already on the side of the road because the road wasn't frozen. 283 miles to El Paso. So to recap, take care of your equipment. It'll take care of you. Take your time. I really haven't been running this entire route I haven't been running over 60 miles an hour just because fuel mileage is my way of making money. No, I'm not. Rob is asking how fast I'm going. This entire trip I've been between 55 and 60. No reason to go any faster. I don't have any time limits on me. I designed it that way, and especially in poor weather like this, you definitely want to keep your speed down. And it's easy to say that, but when you start driving, you'll really understand why your speeds need to be much, much slower in a commercial vehicle. Now, especially on a flatbed. Cargo dry vans, you can get away with higher speeds because there's no real danger of anything falling off the trailer. Obviously, you want to make sure everything's strapped down on a flatbed, but there's only, I have 2 straps on everything back there with backup straps. I have actually 3 straps on one piece of cargo. You want to keep your speeds down for fuel mileage, to increase the longevity of your equipment, and if anything were to happen because of the lower speeds, there's going to be a lot less damage, and you can maybe recover from anything that happens in front of you. So and then take care of your equipment by warming the engine up, warming the engine oil up, and then warming the engine up itself. You definitely want to do that. Make sure you have plenty of windshield wiper fluid. Make sure your defroster work. Make sure your mirrors and your mirrors are clean and dry. Not only clean but dry if you're able to keep them dry. I have defroster. Oh God, these people. But that's why you keep your windshield washer fluid up to the proper level, always. Not low, but up to a proper level. And then use clues from vehicles in front of you. If they're sliding off the road, you should probably slow down. You should take your engine brakes off. I'm turning mine off now. And then if something happens in front of you, what you would want to do is simply just let your foot off the gas, which is why you don't follow too closely, and then try to coast and use air resistance to slow you down before you apply the brakes. Obviously, if somebody is in a slippery area, you're going to want to use those brakes as much as possible before you get to that area. Then not use your brakes at all. I have to do a video on what exhaust brakes are and why you would want to turn them off in this type of weather. But because once you take your foot off the brakes, my accelerator, my exhaust brakes would kick on, and that would be bad. Because it also applies the trailer brakes a little, and then that trailer is just gonna do its own thing. I don't have anti-lock braking on the trailer brakes. So just a few tips about commercial driving, and you know, try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. Wow, that's interesting because there's more slush on the road, which means the plows did not get out this far. I'm just gonna drive in this dry road right here. The condition of your tires should be excellent. That's why your maintenance is important, and that's why your maintenance is important in rotating those tires, and also your pre-trip inspection, making sure your tires aren't flat or low, and you should be fine. Let's read I want to see what my tire pressure says in this type of weather. Man, the temperature's falling. It's 28 degrees outside, and I can see visibility is getting lower. That's not good. So I'm just decreasing my speed a little bit more. Oh my God, this is crazy. Road is dry in between. Man. Hey guys. This is getting worse. You know what I'm gonna do is, there's a hotel up, you know, a few exits, looks like. I'm gonna get off the road, call it for now, and then look at the weather report. And it looks like there's a hotel up there. Put my hazards on. People behind me. Yeah. So the last lesson is play it by ear. Yeah, there's a 5% downgrade coming up. So this would definitely be a good time to get off the road. If anything else, I'll let these snowplows get through here. Well, I mean, they just need to put salt on the roads. If it was above 32, I wouldn't have a problem with this, but it's now 28 degrees. Ooh, Fort Huachuca. Interesting. You know, in an emergency, I can just go to Fort Huachuca and hang out. I'm gonna hang at this hotel at this exit, go off, log off duty, and then just hang out for a bit. I mean, the roads look clear, but what I want to see is whether or not the weather is better at a lower elevation. I think we're pretty high right now, and I'll look at that once I pull over. Not in a rush. You can kind of see that part of the road is... Oof, that part of the road next to me is worse. I'm going 45. Slow lane change. Don't apply the brakes. Woo! Woo! Wow. I felt those tires lose grip. Slow, 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 slow. Slow, 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 slow. Scary. Alright, I'm gonna pull into this. There's a Love's over here at the truck stop. The road is obviously not frozen down here. On that off ramp, I was freaking terrified. I ain't gonna lie. Because if it looked like it was frozen, my trailer weighs yeah, the trailer weighs a little more than the truck. They're actually pretty close. Yeah, they're actually pretty close in weight. But still, if that trailer starts sliding from behind me, I'm freaking screwed if it's frozen. Man, I was scared. Ooh. Yeah, Rob, exactly, man. You have to choose one. In that situation, I was letting the tires roll. Just let the tires keep rolling. Which is why you don't want your exhaust brakes on. That's a perfect example. That trailer would have just went whoop. Man. All right, cool. I have boots. I have boots in the back. Boots in the back. Oh no, I wasn't terrified. Nope, I wasn't terrified. Oh, this is a good reason to have four-wheel drive right now. I'm not using it, but if this is gravel, it could get slippery. It's obviously not frozen yet. This would be a good place to use. I'm going the wrong way. Big dummy. I think all these dudes are hanging it up for now. It's just too dangerous. It's not smart to go down that big hill. It'd be stupid. And that's a big hill. All right, we're gonna hang out. Yeah, Quentin. I need. Hey, this was real life, bro. Woo! This was real life. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. I actually didn't check the weather forecast this far ahead, and that's a good lesson. I just assumed that it was clear. It was totally clear in Tucson. I didn't expect that it would be this bad, a little further along. Woo! Yeah, you're looking at the face of a that was pretty crazy. I'm gonna keep the engine running because of my battery. There's fuel. It's a truck stop, so there's fuel here. And I have my tank, my auxiliary tank right now is on. It'll fill me up. It's in a gravity feed. It's gonna fill me up eventually. I need to add some DEF fluid, which I have back there also. And you know what? I don't want it to freeze. So what I'm gonna do is add it. I'm gonna add it to my tank so it doesn't freeze outside. And I won't back down. Drink some day-old sweet tea. Which is cold. Nice and cold. Oh, I stayed at I don't think I told you. I stayed at a nice hotel last night. It was great. I slept great. What's up, Whit? Hey, your Christmas present came in handy. That battery came in handy, bro. Let me just fill up this tank real quick. Diesel exhaust fluid. Diesel exhaust fluid. Take your keys with you. Have a pistol on you. Alright, I just filled up my diesel exhaust fluid tank. Where are these guys going?
He looked like Michael Vick against the Patriots, running all over the field. And he almost brought them back against the Patriots. And they were on the 1 yard line getting the ball game in overtime with a PAT. So this thing, but I just don't know in a situation where if you can't run the football.
I mean, maybe they're just going to work. Some guys are pulling out. I don't know if they're gonna. If they come in here with a snowplow, I'll just move over so they can plow. If you carry your own diesel exhaust fluid, what I do is I wait until the tank is about half empty, and then I fill it up with. I fill it up then because it'll take. I can pour out the entire container and then throw away the container. Hi, baby. What's up, wife? I'm right by Fort Huachuca off of 10. There's a Love's stop there. I don't know if I'm going to make it to El Paso today. Look at the weather. Yeah, this is Arizona. So, you want to come on camera? Hey, I'll call you. Everybody, thanks for watching. Check out the video. Peace out. Have a great day. What's up, Salita? Q. Rob Schneider, Tom Handro, Bill McCall, Miguel Tex Garcia, what's up, dude? Larry Oates, Michael Barnes, Eddie Figueroa, Leon Stimpson, Philly, what's up, Leon? What's up, Joe? Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the video, it's pretty cool. Hopefully it's not too long, but it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. I'm going to talk to my wife. Peace. Peace, y'all.